Today we're going to talk about perimeter, how to find it, and what's kind of special to that of 5th grade material and 6th grade material. First off is to find the perimeter. You need to add up all the sides. You're basically imagining like you're having a fence company and you're trying to fence in all these shapes. And to fence it all in, you have to make sure all sides are covered. There's a couple of tricks that you need to know that's going to be different than earlier grade levels, and we're going to hop into it now. So let's first look at this hexagon. Now this hexagon is a regular hexagon, and you need to think, okay, with a regular hexagon, they only gave me one side, but I know that all those sides are equal. Sometimes they're going to show them by these lines. There's only one line in each, which means that they're all the same length. But you have to know as 5th graders and on that if it's not directly stated and it looks like they're the same length, they almost all the time are. So this is 7 meters, this is 7 meters, this is 7 meters, this is 7 meters, and this is 7 meters. Now the next thing you need to know is that you can do this by adding up all the sides, like this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this. But the more common way that they're going to show you is they're going to say, okay, you have 6 groups because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and in each group you have 7 meters. So to find the perimeter, 6 times 7 is 42, and since you're not multiplying 2 units together, it's going to be 42 meters by itself. Saying if you had a fence company, it would be 6 or 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 meters. So it would take 42 meters worth of fencing to close in that polygon. Now, here's another way where it's special for 5th grade. You need to be able to add together decimals. That's where it's going to be different than 5th grade, or different than earlier grade levels. You know, if you had a fence company, you're going to have to add together all the sides. But 2 of your sides are going to be decimal numbers. You should be able to add decimal numbers in 5th grade or any upper grade level from there. The way I do it is I'm going to add up my non-decimal numbers. I'm going to add up my 10 feet plus 15 feet. So 10 feet plus 15 feet. That gives me 25 feet. And then I'm going to add up my decimal numbers, which is 12.5 feet plus 12.5 feet. Obviously, it's going to be in feet. 0.5 plus 0.5 is 10. 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus 1 is 2. And I'm going to add together this number and this number, which tells me my perimeter is going to be 50 feet once you add up all the sides. The last one is kind of combines the first problem where you have to know this is a square, so that means each side is equal to the same amount. So each one of my sides is going to be worth 4 1/8 of an inch, 4 1/8 of an inch, 4 1/8 of an inch. And how would I set that up? What I personally do is I'm going to go ahead and add my whole numbers first. Well, you could do it either way, wholes or fractions. People struggle with fractions, so I guess I'll do that one first. You can add up all your fractions, so I have 1/8 of an inch on this side, 1/8 of an inch on the other side, 1/8 of an inch closest to me, and 1/8 of an inch. So if I add up 1/8 of an inch plus 1/8 of an inch plus 1/8 of an inch plus 1/8 of an inch, my bottom number is still going to be 8 because you're adding up eighths. My top number is going to be 4 because I have 4/8 of an inch. So I found my fraction. Now I have to find my whole number by doing 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And that's going to be 16. If I put it all together, that's going to be 16 4/8 of an inch. Unfortunately, your answer is not going to be that because 4/8 is not simplified. So you actually have to simplify 4/8, what can I divide both into 4 and 8? What's a common factor? The biggest one they have is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So my final answer is 16.5 inches. So a couple key notes you need to take away from this whole foldable, this whole presentation, is that the very first part is if they don't tell you, you have to check to see if it's a regular sided figure. You have to know the rules and know that they are the same length. Second thing is you have to be able to add decimals in 5th grade and up. And then the last thing is you have to know the rules of quadrilaterals, knowing that squares are all the same size, and you're going to have to be good at both adding fractions and converting fractions into its simplest form. Don't forget to like and follow. Thanks for sticking around.